Cancer signs, I'm speaking to a Cancerian out there who is about to come out of their extremely dark night of the soul. You guys are crossing the initiation, which is almost this kind of like birth canal, where you're coming out from a very maybe limiting or restricting environment, one where there are snakes and darkness, and you're being pushed into a brand new life for yourself. So this is the beginning of the end and the beginning of a brand new beginning as well. So very strong death card, Scorpio energy for you. You're crossing the threshold. This is the rite of passage for you into a brand new life, and one where you are going to be receiving so many blessings, so many miracles, and you'll be giving blessings as well to those around you too. So it's going to be an incredible experience coming up for you guys. So those are the Cancerians that I'm speaking to. I'm just going to roll the intro and pull out the rest of your cards and see what's going on for you guys, okay? Hello, beautiful angel. Welcome or welcome back to ZETAZURI, your magical space online where we like to dive deeper into the energies that are around you and offer some intuitive guidance on how to best reach your highest potential and your highest path. I'm Katie Louise. I'm here to translate what Spirit is saying during these readings and to do my best to pass on the powerful messages that we get from Spirit each week. All right. So with that being said, grab your favorite drink. Okay. Take a deep breath. Shake it off a little bit, any stress that you guys have, and then we'll dive into your reading. If you do enjoy these readings, make sure that you guys like and put a thumbs up on this video, and also leave a little comment with how it might have resonated with you, what you got from it, and all that good stuff. And did you know that 61% of you watching are not yet subscribed? So if you do enjoy these readings and you always find yourself coming back, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. But anyway, looks like your cards are done. Let's dive in. Okay. All right, well, let's dive in. Just as I was saying here, guys, you have new life over here. So it does really feel like you guys are completely transforming. I don't know what exactly this is, so I'd love to know what is actually happening. Like, what is this? It does feel like you're almost going through this last test, or as I said, there's almost like this squeeze that's going on here until you're completely free and liberated. Like that's what I'm seeing. Like almost a birth experience where it's like, okay, just this last little thing and I'm free. And then you end up, feeling this fresh air. I always say this card, she's stretching, she's just coming out of this egg. So again, another little birth like thing coming through there where you're being reborn. Cancer signs, you're being completely reborn. You're entering a brand new life where everything is different. It's a new environment. So I don't know if some of you are moving, because you do have the wombat spirit saying be at home. So there could be something going on in your home life. That could also be representing here that you guys are just spending more time within yourself, within your home, seeking comfort, I would say, but I feel like this is more about safety and security being important to you. So there are probably some areas that are completely new. So I feel like you're almost anchored in something that is familiar to feel a bit safe this week, whatever that means to you. There's nothing bad here. But what was I saying? Yeah, you could be changing homes. You could just be having a brand new environment. You could just be in a new job. However it shows up for you, there is just this new life coming through. And I love it. What we also have down here is focus on the positive. New moon in Sagittarius. New moons are new beginnings, right? Another confirmation that there's a fresh new energy happening for you guys at this time. So awesome. Sagittarius is all about travel. It's all about your beliefs and your spirituality or your religion. What are you believing about the world, and how is that impacting your life? Because I do feel like we've said before, Cancer signs, that life is a bit of a mirror for you guys lately. So you're being called to focus on the positive, and maybe that's where things are changing. You are seeing a little bit more happiness coming through in your life, and you have the sun here as well, happiness and well-being. Oh my goodness, you guys, there is a lot of great things happening for you, and I love that. So again, Sagittarius energy is expansion. It's about learning, traveling, all that good stuff. So this feels like it's bringing you that new energy. So whatever you guys are doing, it's helping you out a lot. You also have Cup here. So this is a nice little reminder that sometimes we might not like it, but constructive criticism is okay. We can learn from it. Okay, we can grow from it if we focus on the positive, the silver lining. It doesn't mean that you take what someone says that doesn't resonate with you, right? If it hits you in a sense of actually like that might be a bit true, but I don't like that how they said it, then just take the lessons from it, right? Take that truth, that understanding that, okay, maybe this is an area I can grow in. Okay, that's fine. But If it doesn't resonate with you and someone says something that you're just like, that is completely not true, like that is not who I am and I don't resonate with that advice, then you don't need to take it. All right, that is life. Okay, so but you should accept valid criticism over here. It could be important for you to learn something about yourself and to grow it in whatever area comes up for you. You also have the scissors, and this says disappointment in some affair. So again, that could be related to some criticism that you might face at this time, or maybe you're just feeling a little bit disappointed in general with how something went. As I said, as you were entering that rite of passage, it does feel like there's some snakes there, which can be about shedding layers of your skin, right? Shedding the old as you're entering this new energy. So for sure, that could be what you're cutting out, is that disappointed side of yourself, or that side of yourself that you didn't quite enjoy. But it could also be people, right? Snakes could be people who have betrayed you, or people who are just not trustworthy, okay? So that's something going on there. Sun says happiness and well-being is what you're stepping into. Love it, especially with that focus on the positive. It does feel like it's going to take you far. You have fair man. So dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair could be important for you guys during this time. And that might be someone who can bring you some happiness or a happy opportunity. All right, or that could be you. I don't know. Anyways, let's dive into your tarot here. I didn't even realize this was a bit cut off, so let's put it down here. So overall energy of this week is the 6 of Wands. This is all about success, recognition. All right, you guys are going to be feeling successful. You have come out of a battle successfully. All right, whatever that conflict or chaos was, that bickering, that argument that you had with someone, or that fight that you had with someone, or just that battle that you went through that felt very repetitive or felt ongoing for a while, a karmic cycle, whatever it is for you, you are finally gaining victory over it, okay? Expect to get some recognition and reward, with a lot more compliments for your hard work and efforts at this time. And I feel like whenever this card comes in, I always say, don't be afraid to put yourself up on a high horse, all right? This is a time where you are being called to feel more confident because you've done something very, worth rewarding, if that makes any sense to you. So don't be afraid to get up on that high horse, okay? Allow yourself to be appreciated at this time and congratulated for whatever you guys are doing, even if it's spiritually. You are learning, you're growing, you're entering this new life. Well, here we go. You're gaining a lot more success in this lifetime. So don't be afraid to enjoy it, right? We will clarify as we go through. So in your energy, you have the Hanged Man, which is interesting because the Hanged Man is all about seeing life through a different lens, which does kind of feel like that's what we're speaking about. But it can also be that you are waiting for something, or feeling a bit delayed, or feeling a bit stuck, which is interesting. I feel like with this card coming through, maybe things are not moving. That could be the be at home. Maybe you're having to take some quiet time out. I look forward to looking at this, or in a specific area of your life, you could be hyper fixating on it, feeling really stuck and not able to see all the other things. So in this case, Spirit's saying, whilst you're feeling stuck, observe everything that's going on around you, because there's a lot of positive to be seen with what you have achieved so far. Okay, just your perspective might need a shift, which we've already said over here as well. Your blockage is a 5 of Cups. This is that feeling of disappointment. So these cards are almost clarifying everything that we got going on here, suggesting that, okay, we're on the right track here. 5 of Cups, don't focus too much on the negatives, right? On what's not worked out, or what you didn't do, or what you're still not doing, right? Learn to appreciate the things that you have done and what you do still have, because that gratitude will multiply what you've got to even more, okay? But it just reminds me of that quote where it's like, you don't experience life, you experience the life that you perceive. So if you perceive your life to be crap, completely crap, and it's horrible and everything sucks and whatever, why am I here? That's the life you're going to experience. Whereas there is a lot of people who've been through a lot of crap but still keep a positive mindset that end up feeling very happy, and they're very, amazing people. They live great lives. So it's almost like, just make sure that we are looking at life through an important lens, right? One that's really going to help you in some way. This person's so focused on what they don't have anymore, they're forgetting that they do still have 2 cups here. And that could be a relationship around you that might need your attention instead of the things that you are disappointed in. Okay, whatever this is an emotional card. So for a lot of you, this could be what your feelings are, a bit of a challenge for you, but we're going to clarify. In your advice position, you have the 2 of Swords, the need to make a very big decision, one led by intuition. The reason why she's blindfolded is because she can't make this decision just by looking at the options, it's bigger than that. She has to really see how she feels. So that's your advice here. Seven of Wands as well, as advice, is don't give up. Okay, you might feel a little bit this week that there is a lot of things that you need to do, and it's like all this I'm hearing abundance, so that's interesting because that's an interesting shift on what I was going to say. All these challenges, you have an abundance of things to do right now, and it may feel very busy. It may feel like you're up against the odds right now, and how am I going to do all these different things? I feel like some of you might be learning something new for sure, and it's just so much to learn, and there's an abundance of learning going on. Or if it is challenges, there's an abundance of lessons here. Like they're almost wanting you to flip the switch here a little bit with that, which we've already said with the Hanged Man. But it just feels like, it reminds me of when I was first trying to drive, like learning driving for the first time. And I remember sitting there thinking, I'm never going to learn all these things. Like, what do you mean I have to sort the clutch out and the gear stick, and I also pay attention to the road and look all around me? But now it's completely natural that you can do it almost without thinking about it, like completely. So it's almost like that. You guys are learning or doing something that eventually is going to be so natural to you that you won't even need to think about it. So right now you're learning, even if it's with challenges. I don't know how this will show up for you, but it's going to pay off for you in the long run. Okay, but let's start clarifying this stuff for you. Two of Cups with the Six of Wands suggests that you guys are going to have a lot of successful relationships and dynamics with people, right? There's going to be a lot of praise, a lot of recognition for you, a lot of maybe work opportunities with soulmates, right? These are people who see you and you meet eye to eye. You have a lot of, shared ideas, shared feelings for each other. It doesn't have to be just romantic, it can be platonic too. But this is really saying that people are really going to be giving you a lot of blessings or a lot of love this week. Definitely was what that feels like. Now, if you are in a relationship, you're feeling very successful in this. It's a very good week for relationships and love or dating and all that stuff. Because some of you, if you're dating, there might be a few options that you have, but you are going to be meeting your soulmate. All right, someone who you just click with. Okay, so a lot of success going on there. And if you have been having a challenging period with somebody that you are in a relationship with, that conflict phase is over. You're entering a very successful relationship period. And again, some of you, this will be work opportunities, just a lot of recognition. It just feels awesome. All right, the Hanged Man is coming through with the Seven of Swords. That's so interesting. Now, Seven of Swords can come through as self-sabotage. So again, this would be observe, where are you self-sabotaging? Okay, because the Seven of Swords, he's stealing these swords so that he can win the battle later on. So it can be sneaky. Sometimes it's about needing a strategy. So for some of you, that could resonate with you whilst you're feeling stuck here and you don't know what to do, or maybe you are just a little bit delayed right now. This could be a really good time to think about a strategy of how you want to move forward. Okay, like maybe plan out this new life, to think about the first steps that you want to take and where is it going to lead you. But for some of you, it's a really important time that you might be really seeing people's true colors. Okay, and that could be what's going on here too, whether it's your own or someone else's. Whatever observation or enlightenment that you get in this Hangman position, because that's what it's there for, you're going to see the truth around maybe your own self-sabotage or someone else's. Okay, so that's important. The Five of Cups comes through with the Ten of Wands. So yeah, you guys are releasing a heavy burden for sure. Because the Ten of Wands, again, is very similar to what I was saying, where you're carrying, where it just feels like you're going into more freedom. So, but this is coming through with your feelings and emotions, and most likely the need to focus on the positives here, to be more free-spirited with that Sagittarius energy, because you're holding on too much to what doesn't work out, and that's weighing you down, and that's preventing you from being a free spirit and from having new passions in your life. So this definitely feels a little bit like what's the word that I want to get here? It just feels like I'm being crushed. Feels like I'm being like pushed down by life. But it's because of these kind of paralyzing feelings of disappointment. That's not an easy feeling to deal with. And it seems like you might be focusing only on that. So of course, things are not very fulfilling. So this is a chapter that you're closing out. So I love that. You're no longer going to be doing this. It's your challenge though. So that's up to you. It doesn't magically happen. It comes through, again, your own enlightenment, your own observation about yourself, learning about yourself, and actively changing those habits. Okay. But anyway, 10 of Wands, you're going to finally come to the end of that difficult emotional journey, one where there may have been some disappointment. You could be releasing and letting go of those old stories or old people, whatever it is, however it shows up for you. And you're finally going to be entering again a period of more freedom, less restriction, and just more happiness, more passion, more creativity. Okay, so Two of Swords coming through with the Two of Pentacles. So definitely making a decision. You're being called to weigh this up here. The Two of Pentacles is all about juggling. I would say, yeah, I think this is a bit more of advice here, very similar to the Two of Swords, where your feelings in the background, this is where your intuition is as well. It's kind of calling for your attention. To be so busy, maybe procrastinating or trying to look at these things and weigh them up like by your eye, like I was saying. You might need to kind of make sure that you're tapping into your feelings. Don't ignore them because they're a very important part of making this decision. Okay. Now, a ship is in the background, so expect some news on your way. I feel like that could be some travel coming up for you guys as well, or again, movement coming up. But Two of Pentacles tells me that you are, again, multitasking with this big decision as well. Seven of Wands, the Empress. I told you, something's going to come very easily to you later on. The Empress is all about attracting and not chasing. She's allowing that flow of life to happen in a way that it needs to, just like that waterfall in the background. Okay? So she's got that dove bird here. She knows her worth. The Empress is the mother of tarot. Okay, so she does represent fertility and abundance and love and compassion and all that good stuff. So this coming through in your advice position could be that this is a position that they want you to take in your life, to know your worth, to know your value, and to allow the flow of life to happen in a way that it needs to, because it is happening for your best interest. She's also speaking of abundance. Whatever you're working hard on now is going to lead you towards a very, very abundant future if you stay consistent with it. All right. Well, that's what I have for you, I guess. I hope this has helped you in whatever way it needed to, Cancer signs, and I will see you guys next time. Okay.